Good morning and assalamualaikum everyone. Today I'm going to present about the topic that are part of our AGR499 subject. Before I begin, let me introduce myself properly. My name is Nurfazana Yusra binti Omar Rizal. My matric number is 2025306037 and I'm from class 82402C. Today I'm presenting about the topic the plant body, roots, stem, leaf, bud and flowers as a part of our HR499 course. Plants are made up of several main organs like roots, stem, leaf, bud, and flowers. These organs don't work alone; they support each other. And as I mentioned just now, they are divided into two systems: the shoot system, which is above ground, and the root system, which is underground. Let's start with the root system to understand how important it is to the plant. Roots are the first part we will look at. They have a few important functions. First, they anchor the plant firmly in the soil. Second, they absorb water and nutrients that the plant needs. And lastly, they store food like a starch and sugar for the plant to use later. There are two main types of root system. First, fibrous root and second is taproot. You can see the difference here. Fibrous root spread out like a net, while the taproot go deeper and have one main root. Alright, now let's look at root modification. Some roots are not just for absorbing water, they also have a special function. For example, pneumatophore are roots that grow above the ground, especially the swampy area. They help the plant breathe by exchanging gases with the atmosphere. Another type is food storage root, like a carrot. These roots store food for the plant in this form of starch and sugar, and sometimes humans eat them too. Next, we have stems. Stems are very important because they support leaf, flower, and fruit. They also transport water, nutrient, and food between the roots and the rest of plant. Some stems are also modified to perform extra function. In terms of structure, stems usually have parts like the terminal buds, axillary buds, internodes, and nodes. Now let's talk about the stem modification. First, we have tendrils, which help the plant climb or attach to the something. You usually see this in climbing plant. Then we have stolon or runner. They grow horizontally above the ground like the strawberries. And lastly, there are rhizome. These grow underground and store food. Turmeric is a good example of rhizome. Moving on the leaf, which is the main site for photosynthesis. This is where the plant produces food using sunlight. Leaf also help in gas exchange and water regulation. In terms of structure, a typical leaf has a blade or lamina, a petiole which connect the leaf to the stem, and sometimes tepals at the base. The shape and size of leaf can vary a lot depending on plant species. Now let's talk about leaf morphology, which means the shape and structure of leaf. Leaf can be arranged in a different way, like alternate, opposite, or both. The margin can also vary, for example, smooth, serrated, or low. Shapes include the ovate, lanceolate, and heart shapes, among others. Recognizing this difference in their useful in plant identification. Some leaves are modified to perform special function. First, we have bract, which look like a petal and attract pollinator, for example, in bougainvillea. And next, cotyledon are seed leaf. They help young plants grow by storing food. Lastly, some leaves turn into the needle or spine to reduce water loss to or protect the plant from herbivore. You can see this in a desert plant like a cactus. Moving on to the flowers, which are the reproductive part of flowering plants. A flower has a several main parts. Sepal, they protect the flower bud. Petals attract pollinator with their color and scent. Stamen, the male part of the flower, include anther and filament. Carpel of pistil, the female part, consists of stigma, style, and ovary, which contain ovules. All these parts work together for successful reproduction. Presentation refers to the way ovules are arranged inside the ovary. There are a few main types: marginal, where ovules form along the inner edge; inside, with ovule in the center, like a tomatoes; parentile, where ovules grow on the outer walls, precentral, where ovules are attached to a central column, and the steady placentation help a steady fruit development in plants. Now let's look at ovary position in flowers. First, we have the hypogeneous condition where petals and sepals are attached below the ovary. So the ovary is superior. You can see this in flowers like hibiscus and brinjal. Next is the perigenous condition where the ovary sits in the center, making half being inferior. Examples are plum, peach, and rose. And lastly, the epigenous condition where the other flower part appear above the ovary. Then that means the ovary is inferior, like in guava and cucumber. In conclusion, each part of the plant, from the roots to the flower, plays a specific role in growth, survival, and reproduction. By understanding the plant structure, we can improve agricultural practices and make a better decision in plant science. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.